What do you think of the general trends that's happening in the world, say outside the US in particular? I almost think there's a leapfrogging that's happening where distribution of actual physical cards is not happening at the same rate that it did in the US, because during the card distribution era of the 80s and 90s and early 2000s, there wasn't the smartphone technology to handle payments through your phone. Now that that exists, there's just a far lower incentive for people in Africa, Southeast Asia, areas that haven't had those physical cards, or the merchants haven't had the terminals or do you think this plays out in some different way entirely?
It's the majority of people, so at least 80% of people in outside of the OECD nations do not have a Visa or Mastercard product. So whether it's a card, debit, or anything else. So that actually creates a world where Visa and Mastercard, effectively the ability to address with credit card, through credit card schemes, the world are not very large, because the entry level there's a few unlocks that happen if you think the invention of the mobile phone and it becoming so widely accessible because of the cost curve of it falling. Right, it allowed a small computing device that has a display that is constantly internet connected, that has a camera. So all of these things, when put together, effectively make the card ecosystem obsolete in and of itself, the physical plastic part of it, because you always have a constantly connected device. The other entity has the ability to potentially even issue you a QR code or any NFC kind of payment mechanism, such as Apple Pay and others. So the way the payments are conducted outside of sort of Europe, the US, Japan, and then a few other places in the world are more oriented toward this payment forms of peer-to-peer and alternative payment methods.